brought you tremendous amount of pain and anger. And that, just a while ago, you experienced tremendous happiness. Just by meeting that person, you have a tremendous happiness built already. And where it disappeared? It didn't disappear. It wasn't disappeared, but it wasn't at all happiness from the starting point. It was not happiness. It was a wrong concept. It was not happiness. It was a misunderstanding. It was attachment. It was, how do you say, if you like, you can even say it was, from the day one, it was a suffering. It was not happiness. But you thought it was happiness, but it was not. But you think, oh, that was disappeared. My happiness was disappeared. And that even we think like we blame on this person. He came into relationship and he destroyed my peace, my happiness. Okay, relatively you can say that. I can respect. I can appreciate. But of course, actually it is not. Actual fact, nothing has been destroyed. He may not have, this poor thing, poor guy, he may not have any intention to destroy your happiness. But it was happened, so, it was just happened that way. And you experienced so bad, the extreme suffer. Therefore, the fear is always there. As long as the fear is there, the happiness never been respected as a happiness, true happiness. True happiness always need to be out of fear. Then this is a true happiness, the genuine happiness, the authentic happiness. Therefore, practically we have to understand how to get rid of the fear. That's the practical way. Now if we want to bring the too many of gossip up there, you should bring to the point. And the point that we are really bringing everything into it is that we should really recognize, or we should really understand, where is the fear? When the fear is entering in our life, you have to realize it. When the flood comes, you should know, either from a radio or news or television or broadcasting, weather broadcasting, we have to know that the flood is coming, flood is going to come, or maybe the earthquake is going to come within certain days. Then we can go and do something else, so that we will not be suffering. We will not be not be experienced. Similarly, that we should know that where the fear is coming from and entering in, that is very much important point that we have to understand. Normally, we do not understand where the fear is coming from, and we don't even know whether there is any fear in our life at all. We don't know. Fear is almost like becoming happiness. Happiness almost become fear together, and we do not know. We are very blur in that respect. So, because just being a blur, we cannot say blur is there, but you cannot really leave it like that and let the life get ruined. We as a human being, we should really look for something else much better than any other beings. Other beings are sometimes, they are a little bit dull and blur. That's for sure. But we as a human being, and especially we as a Buddhist people, who has the opportunity to understand the truth that has given by the Buddha Shakymuni, we have to really use our smartness and intellectual understanding, develop it. cultivation. You have to cultivate something. Otherwise, you cannot afford to sort of leave it like that and just continuously sort of like experience the blurredness, and then fear comes, and fear eats you up, and the life will be ruined by that. That's not very good. And then, on top of everything, then you will try to create happiness, because naturally you like happiness, so you create happiness. And whenever you go out and try to create happiness, you're always wrong. You're always wrong. Maybe you're wrong immediately, you can see the result of being wrong, or afterwards, after a while, you definitely experience the fact that you have been very much misled. You will know that. So therefore, happiness without fear actually means the authentic happiness that we are talking about. So therefore, bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that fear should never be entering in our life. If it enters, then you have to say, oh, I have a fear. Therefore, I'm not yet sort of advanced in terms of practice. So now I have to do more practice. I have to do more sort of cultivation, cultivate the teachings and all these things. More closely looked. You have to look closely into the nature. And then if you really cultivate, then I think it shouldn't be taking that long. It should really soon be sort of giving you the result. Definitely. But the result is not really going to be that easy. It comes very gradually. It comes like you can experience only once or twice in a year. And then you can slowly confirm yourself that you are being a little bit advanced practitioner. Until then, you can't really confirm yourself as a practitioner, advanced or even practitioner, without saying advanced, but practitioner. Just being a practitioner, I don't know. Sometimes I always say that, I don't know what to say. Sometimes I don't like to say master or guru, because I don't even know whether I am qualified to be a student, whether I do not know whether I am qualified to be a practitioner. Sometimes I don't know. So I don't know what to say, how to identify myself. So it's similar to yourself also, that you have to understand, what sort of level you are in, and what sort of development or how far you have to really be going, that you have to investigate yourself through your emotional level of understanding, afflictive emotional level of understanding. It's very, very important. If you do not check your mind, especially the mind when it manipulates with the afflictive emotions, like desire and anger and fear and jealousy and all these things. That is really the great moment that you have to investigate yourself. You have to really be sort of careful. That is a great sort of like an opportunity for us to understand and cultivate. Chizakune the last spirina chujali chizercheno chujali na chujazana angrejina shatkan yang last ina mashatpa lusken jikjik taksa yito yongle last spirina nge skidzer kan bo tene rai mana solgoshe jikdang rara yutken jigino yina dew ma solte tene mana rara topchu goshe jino zer kan bo zer yina dew tene chizercheno chizerrogle ngata mana chizercheno kazuwa yoteno skidzer kan kazuwa yoteno yutchis yutzerte zernang yutpo yuchispo tene kazuwa ngata le rangjini yoteno do daksa sarpek mazes plata do kazuwa zalen kazuwa yoteno zerna tene skidta dugzer kan bo marto chosina Nangpa Sangyas Vichasina Chanam Tamje Gulejung, the Gutishin Shekbesung, Gulen Gopa Kainba, Gejong Champion Diketsung, the Dikba Jiang Mijashin Gewa Pusum Sober Cha, the Rangisem Nionsun Dul, Dini Sangyas Dambayin, Molanjitang, Dupa, Somba Sang, Deni Chizanole. Tene kid yon chese pia tene dikpa ucho magos gewa dugo sheno molen jidayino dikpa yon cho magos molchespo tene dungal yon chese jigri yet kan jasteno dungal poka ne tene sketches poka ujas chi jaste sketeno sana dungal po tene dunga gewa migewa cheskan jasteno sana teo sombasa migewa chama pang tene gewa chogo sheno malteminwa ta tin niski changme chawa chokpo kar duso sana rang semni yonson dul gewa chogo sheno dikpa cho chokchas manok cho magos molkan ngatang changma molan jidano lama gewe shingen changme molan jidano ngatang changme shesa to te shedang laglan ni machus de mani laglan cho machus pa chamjing mani sheskan da changma mana shes de pa inang do rang semni yonson dul zerkan bot Zajik tenita thar mana salpik mashisino. Rang sempun dul zirkan bo, teni tondak bo, teni ngata azuk song tenole, tatpa tang, teni ngenjung ni gos, teni nangmas jang tatpa o gosisino malteno. Tatpa o jastele, teni ngata rang sem dul song kan bo, to jaste song teno. Tatpa mani ngata shesken tang tatpa niska yang tsepik sing drama no shespa tsama tatpa yong shitang shirteno yang yong mishit chang yong mayong kana yote no sheskan tsam jike tatpa tun thupche kaspon tatpa tunches la tatpa ngotok tunches la teni shespa tsam matsat pe teni nyowa di yong go shespo ma kharsani no sonte no ino no sheja zerte lai lape na le datpe na zenanda rai mana intellectual jida menwa semina ji taji sheskan ji yo menwa ta ina azu ke pena kampegina kampa isi mingpo iono ten tina awa izuksi ke ama izuksi ke zerkanjikil ji sheskan ji yondo ba de sheseno kampa iona misuji tsamji changmange shesa zerkanji shezerkanji yo menwa tena nangin inole angraj shesano tena nangin hindi shesano urdu shesano teni dramida sheskan ji yom wale mathematics zerato ya scientist zerato deta mangbo ji shesano de sheskan sama shesano sheja ti sheskan sam jigla teni ngatai tatpatun tupche ma kaspono tatpatun chespo sheskan sam dela sheskan sam jig ma chatpe nyo kanemet goshes ma khachani no monta nyo yena kato nyo jestele tatpa yoano so no ti inji miji nyo gosano so ti indi teni nyote kazuwa yonsa nozena rang semni yonsu dul zerkan bo nyoy tondak songte no sem dul zerkan bo nyoy just songte no mani manyong na sem dul che kan yonchan sem dul zerkan bo songbasa ngatai daksa ina chizer che nogle skit tan dugi spera tanzana le skit tan dugi spera tanzana teni rang semni yonsu dul zerkan bota gewa tan dikpa zerkani rewa skit na duk niska immediate results ramene wale immediate result wo kani onstena ani onstena ba skit na duk niska kani onstena gewa ta dikpa niske kani onstena gewa na dikpa niska ini kani onstena ya zena I khongshi gospa gyuji yong gospa o tin niska gyumet kenjini kewa ino zena mano gyumet mano gyuiteno du kanesi ke yote inosana teni gewa da dikpa zerkente semi thani yostana osonda ta sempo mandulna migewa sempo dulna gewa makanjita zugushin jidwal tange mangpo jita shesa met pa inang rap da rop tamji mana yale mana palskade na tombeskade na shadna dukshiga serte jidwa sombasa teni sem dul zerkante dul dang mandul tese farak pokazuk singona teni gewa da migewa zerkan po yonstenoa sombasa sem dul saite rangi semne yonso dul sonte teni yonstan chidwa ta rangi semne yonso dul zerdi ta rangi sem del dul gospa duluk tuksin dulanongsan nyoe tongin dulgosa no mani e shespi tongin dul tupche mi kyaqso no ale shespi thala serba met molen chita yo shespi thala jang zamji shes na tarung shego shes yo jang zokbit zok shes mete no molte no ale sombasa shespa zamji ke panamano ti nyoa gosa no o ta ti indu tene nyoa yon chesla nyoa zen ha kwale rai nyamnyong bugosa no jiksteni espere na nyamnyong zedwale galdi jik shul shes na ale galdi shul shes shulkan jina galdi shul shes na nyoa mena galdi shul na angwa kilometer chik shul shes na mani teni doa no gyaba no khorchang phan thoksis men kyakma devar ji asud na devar khora nyoa yutken ji gospa shul shes te madik ko nyoa ji gos tena nangin ino rimong dishes na madik remote dishes la nyoa ji yongna gyala tarchin ba dinyana no nyoa mena nyoa ma no tena nangin la nyoa kan mit goshes po lam tarchin ba nyoa mena midik morte no lam go tukche la shechi te shespa zamji dig nyoa mena dig ina lam tarchin ba nyoa gosa no sonte doa tin tizu song pasang ta le semina sim dul zergan poteni nyoe thon dul gosa no moltan wala ta nyoa zertana nge dasa angrezi na shat tharte no di las iske na mashat pasang nge dasa dafte juzet je tati chezena nyoa kazuk shi no zena tanga ta le nima nimena ninri lasina le nimma re na ngata dasa ika dukta semina chisam du do nyoa no pa inches ino do mashes pasang marik pe mana thumstele nyoa mane nyong ma yons pa nyoa ina pa inches nyoa no nyoa te nyong ma yons pa lusten do madix te pa kani met nyong chugos nyoa wa nyong chugos le chukches la kazu sino zanal teni ngata experiential knowledge zerduale experiential knowledge is pasa chi na yala chitong jigla perna 자 퍼바 강야래 자 퍼바 강 통나 자 만나 퍼바 강식만이 마통나 자 통자나 자디 산대 있겐 영화 이게 ngarmo 인겐 영화 노 큐르보 인겐 영화 이게 자 장모 인겐 영화 이게 진능 영화 영화사노 봐디 영화 영화 창마래 영화 레레레 만에 알래 코로나 아주 있더라 봐 지스셔노래 아 주지게 찬니지게 도군 자마 gyudang tsanyit met kenji mana met molte no songbasa gyudang tsanyit changma shechus tele teni nyowa changma gyudang tsanyit yutken bo teni rai rikpi lamni mana shechus tele langs tele teni rai mana haji gochuk na kato teni nyowa zara no ta ti nyowa nyowe chisa che no nyowe jesu nyek tele shepi mana chisa che no shepi randa lepkenjita kanime teu goza no so nyoa chikpi chowa mano shepa chikpi on chowa mano shepi ramda ti nyoa jesu lep thupashi kanime goza no maltero te sombasa teni ngatai ndul ze sem dul dang mindul te oti nyoa thone yo ano so sombasa dase zera zono ngata michina skip zerkan bang nyongo je no nyongo she no mani shesti de manos ngata chamen se shesta kidzir kan boizuk she yit kyak sam kanji thapshak she shesa no don norkanji mani gyalik ta shesa mato shesa minukba inang sevina pen migyut gen ya ta sa chijali ka de na nge shatsar migyut gen bo mignis da te duwa minwala komba kangba chuk de chano jara mano mignis da no jao mano kangba nis chuk de chano tenan nang jeni no kangba mikeni zangkan manok kangba yote nok tha chugu yokeni nok chi changma chi ji gona dukun changma yoken de lai ha ko chus de le rai ra mana chi kan changma de ha ko chus de le nyowa de da jesu thunkeni shespa o ramda dante lep chugna kato teni chendi na mindik chi si halam mitkenji chendi na chit ken changma dewa da diskiti rangjin la yutkenji hakos de yongano so no diskiti zergan de shesna diskiti yongano ma shesna dungal yongano shedang ma shini gi ragluste no she zergan bo nyoa shespi ramda langba te shese no sem dul zergan de uzuk shi gi khade dulano kwa Sombasa Nata Dasa Mig Isu a Tumste Dugna Muntik Jirapa. Muntikpo Isuma Dupa Mig Tumte Dukani Muntikpo Sampai Tangna Isu Dawa Lo Mana Mise Kangbo Mana Muntik Just the Duk Gona Kato Kazushi Yonchera. Mikpo Chap as well as dance ba Zamshira. Mana Chi Changma Tonkani Dewa Zamshira. Chok Tonganok, Tongmo Tongchesino, Achum Tongcheno, no Tongcheno, Mingpo Shingmo, Aba Ama Tatu, Yale, Kampa, Jin Kangji, Metok Lumra, Chi Changma Tongano, Mil Danzana. They were Tsushi, Diskit Tsushira, Skidjik, Kazushira, Ale. They were Hako Gospa. They were Hakospa, Mikpo Sumstampa, Muntik Zamshira, that Tore Natale, Jarnakato, Mikpo Jarnakato, then it Tore Nepala. Chiang Matongpa Muntik Juriale. Sompa, Tetsana Hako Sanokle, Nan Mana Dang Sakpa Mik Samjik Taunt, Tekun Sama Hakona, the Nengatale, Skid Potini Sorano, Nyoa decisions the Kit Sorano, Pena. Tena Togla, Nata, Nyoa Chisi Yuna, Jargoshes Mano, Longoshes Medcap Yena, Chisi Yuna, the Skid Tetsana Tongna Kato, Cap Tetsana Tongna, then is Kit Yuanok. These things, Tezu Mauna, skids are can skid to Toramano, or Duk to Toranos, or Kanjita. They are Zertic song, Zertic song, but I am a Tanba Medpe, in Mazar something, all dubs desert Kanzoshik song. Tanda, jet into the Zertar some, I think song. Tadik, Tane, Tezu song Basata, Izueta, skids are canta, Gudan Ken Mepaji, skids Yomano, Gudan Ken Goshino, Gudan Ken Pokani on Sterosana. Skid Torgoshes Pushaste, then Gudan Kenny just the Kid Sorgosheno, Kid the Torma searching money, Kita, Koran Rangini, Chizergeno, Rai, Mitsina, Koran Rangini, Yoteno, Tina, Tiu, Mashes Passan, Maustenox, Sontenora, Sombasan, the Jutiji Shekweson, Gulegoba Kaim, but Gijon Champion, the case on Dibajan Majas, give a possum Towarja, Rang Semni also Dul Denisan get them by in Morten. Rang Semni also Dul Morkan, but that was one. That same Dulzer can de Rai Sampai Tana, Semina, that Charai Tans, the Semina, Chiser Chenole, Sem Koran, Karlama Putba, Sem Koran Chijik Sona, Semina, Chijik Shar, Kiduk Chijik Shar, Yomumba Dochak Sharna, Jedang Sharna, Timuk Shar, Chijik Semina, Damina Chijik Sharna. Te Sharzana, Karlama Putba, Semina, Chisharkan Pu, Jesu Mandangba, Semina, Sharkan Pu Borpa, Te Gago says, I met Kak Yina, Tu Chisharkan Bortel, Teni Ti, Yonsa, Ju Karadu, Teni Tsengit Pokardu, Judan Tsengit the Shes Goshes, Makasani knows. The Judan Tsengit Shesken de la, Shespa de la, Nyoa Jutuni, Tatpazaranole, Ti Tatpaino. Tatilla Tatpatilla, Chinang Mamposi, Yina, the Chi Tatpazananda, that mix of Jesus, Mikpatan Jeff Tapason, Mikpatan just the Yutkenny Tatpa. Tama Yut, Tamada just be Tatpa, Hale. Tatilla Tatpazano. Tatpazar can be a Capsuchi, the Mikpazan, the Charsal Kora Kor Tizucho Cantella, Tapano, young Tim Mena, Dasazar Cantola, Newmumban de Shedan Shikena, de Chata, Shedan Jesu, Tenamala Mandangba. These things na Judan Senji Hako Chus, the Tepik Rana, Sampek Dance the Dugna, Judan Senit Hako Kenny, Shespe Koran, Monte, Tatpano, Monte Yutka. Uzu Shigiteni Kani, Cho Yamso Lang the Dugna, Kani Maneton, Teni, Kora Kor, the Jape Mauna, or Teni Chosnam Taxi Koran, Rangini Tony, Rang Semni, Yonson, Dul, Zerkan Bishas the Onstano. Kazue Nozana, Taxas Canzoale, Nyomum Bandosha, Jesu Madam, Nyomum Bendoshak, Gud the Kazushi Sompo, Sangit the Kazushi, Gumsan Bosheste, Shechuste, Rangera, Duzi, Bortele, Rangera, Moke, Tanstele, Teni Hako Chugnakato, Hakoji Lep Chugnakato, Hako Chonches Yutka, Hako Yonches Yutiano, Hako Yonchesino. That table Rangera many Mokek mani Matangpa, Nyomumba Chichi Sharna, Sharkanti, Jesu Dante Sona, this same Mandulteno, same Dulcesi, Koskap mani Matopteno. Dojas de Letini simple mana two sontele, Tenemana Yeles, Mun Pike Toale, Tenemana Chang Milcanayale, mana tsendi me chima me zerkan zoale jang mit ken jurano ngata dasa tsendi chima yut ken lama gewi shenye ne ka mana stius mana gyalik yongoshe sampe yongna kato semina nyon mo ba yongzana takcha chustele takcha zerte nyon mo ba khora takcha chuchita yotroba deo sanga dorji tekbi dayang gyude kongma dasu perano do dasa mauna ngatang dakse gyut chimina sungkan nangjin la teri mana nyomong pa chiji yodnang tekuni gyudang tsangiti yakboshi hakona gyalik hakosna kato teni gyudang tsangiti tsachet tangste gyud tsachet tangspa gyumet zenang da ta chizir cheno tsatal se tsawatalwa tsokshikta kaan ina yang to tsokshikta gyudi tsachet tangspa teni yang tsangiti tsachet tangpa tsangi yang teni chisar cheno ta Koran tsingit kazukshik dukto ta hakwasa no ta dewo changma nge daksa shat goshe miduk tenre ki teni gyutsen tela takcha chuspa wa teni semdi rangshin indula no nyomomba rangshin ni jie cha no ji cha no jie zena nyomomba jesu manjuk kene shaste nga ta jesu drang de song basa tua cha no jesu mandang ba dukpa sis nyomomba jin cha no la 미적 놀래 미나 미만아 미속복군라 만이 아와 야set죠 드둥나 데 투 차롱바 대상만이 만에 낭딱 마당바 버당바 디코양 연차노바 장 또아마노바 낭딱 주스데 코아데니 창당 자당 데니 거지 땅때 만아 미넥 주스당나 데투 손데 코 앙천 손데 코 앙만아 랑결 쳔모 손데 데니 낙 쳔모 통중도바 tenna zogale misok pokuni sampa zoga misok pokun zogale rai sempang sem nyomumpa tan redu nyomumpe jesu jukde duna nyomumpa zerkanti docha jedang timu zerkanti chai khuwa to hinzara chai chachu china chatap kan tungkan zogale cham thungna dejamshi ga skom chongano skomste ono teni cham thungna dejamshi ga skomste ono chang skom serches metkako desam matungna gelano tena tsokla nyomongpati chizircheno nyomongpati jesu mandangba nyomongpati chabe mana gak zirte gak magos nang di ko tena mala chabe bortele di takcha chusespa takcha chusele gyu tsengi ni di takcha chuspa di takcha chuskani shaste tsepe ishik teni rayina semina ichi shikta nyamnyong tokna yongna tela tatpa zirano tela semdul zirano semdul nyamlen zirano semdul nyamlen lojong nyamlen sonte mangpo dual o teo jasero rangi semne yong son dul zerkende uzuk nyon mongpe kha teni sampek tangwasa nyon mongpa mayong zana da semdul cheji chang me kya koka jabe duba nyomongpa chang ta pagla nyalte kya hinang nyomongpa rangawa met zana chang laglan jikar chen chosa met kya hinang nyon mongpa ski zana kato o teni khonyampa laglan chosa mangpo mokek thopchesi nokpa 대잖아 되니 mana number yang ste madukspa 되니 mana rangshini laglan bu gyalik chusna 대잖아 mana yale ma azugi inche duale ma khakchanji inche duale duzma khakchanji mana yale mana mokamma zachanji inche duale do mana yalma chukba do mana duz khakchanji garstistele 되니 mana nyamnyo 되니 mana nyamnyong chutchustele dana otisem dul zan rangi semne yongso dul zerches wodewna duale mani rangi sem dul zerje mardo da jenang tabshi jenang yeda yak perna nyomomba dochak nyembol midukba gomte rangi sem dulche atano nyomombe jedang nyembo atene mana chamba gomte rangi sem dulche yotano tena chogla ramina mangpuji yoteno pa dokuniang khoran alakshigino dasanga ta nge ikani shekanbo tene yang thakpa chambe mixelli khoran rotangshi yang manati tizuwi tene dultap jendang mindawi mixel jigla 코코는 잡에 bortanshi 잡에 본때 때라 맞아 티 뉴문발라 장 속반 마르시스 갈랑 마르시스 바 예수 만당 바 낭딱 만에 맞추스 바 잡에 bor바 데니 뉴문바 용세 싸워보 규치식도 뉴문바 코라에 뭐할 때잖아 찬이 쪽식도 도 때나 데니면 코라에 데니 지저체 놓고 싸워 하고 용스바상 데니면 뉴문비 싸워 코란 다 당니 참제 제스빈바 테나나진이 노래 년몽바티 까니 요스나노나 나즈 칸테니 요스나노알 년몽바니 니스 두발레 년몽반 더착 제당 니스타 조치송 니스보노 도카니 요스나노나 나즈 칸치 나즈 칸디 나오 삼빈 짐바이 요스테 요스나노알 Ta ngao sambe zimba tisi zintang ki yuldu churba nga zirkan di yudkya mekya nga mani metya no songpa sa jimani metkenjik songta no jimani metkenjik sampa sa teni ko jimet korang dir Drukpa chempe na sungkan nangji la jimet satal zirkan bo uzuk shiki khane teni tops basa oho nge semina ndramira mangpo shik samduk mana yale nga kongtrak yong daksa chakpa mana yale nga kongtrak yong daksa chakpa nga dochak izam shik yes daksa chakpa nga ana chisir che nokle thaktok izam shik yong yale daksa chakpa nga mana semina ngargyal izam shik che semina dukha izam shik yong mana I changma mana tonmet yinzu hale samkanjik jimet yinzu hale samkanjik semina ngaspa shik yong snyerin jik dang yong ano tibu yongkhan tsana, te tsana yong tsana, rangi sem mandul rangdulino, rangjin indul chungano. Ndul zerin chiktang midukpa gom goshes met kyak, ndul zerin chiktang chamba gom goshes met ter, koran rangjin ni sem dulin chiktang yong chiz, koran rangjin ino pa, tsanyi dino. Songpa sang, nga tae rangi sem ni yong su ndul zer kambu, jasdele taksang e zer chizpu, teni chizano. O teri, ta rang sem ni yong sun dul zer can be just dele, Angrezi na fear zer duale, o ti fear mana yong magospa, rang sem dul sarpa ne pala, fear yong magospa, fear zena jigri, semena mana jiktak, semena mana yale chizer cheno retok, yong moses met kyak, chakdang itzawa retok nukwa, retok itzawa nganjin, ale, tini nganjin itzawa ngamet. Ngamet kene dagmet songpa sa ko ngamme pala nganjin bashik mani ngamman tingni na met kene jase jimet songpa sa mata mana skit chik matok karuchan skit mani duk mani mette no mana wana skit pota mani skit ngotok po ngamet siskan po skit ngotok po ngendang taji Angrezi na asyat pa authentic happiness dwale genuine happiness zerjes po ngamet telo shisano ngamet dagmet yum chemu sherab ki parul to chima o de dagmet to la skit motok pozu sa ta tibu mana ngosum to tok na mana yale hinda yin jang zer magos ngosum matok na tukshi inok samkan ne rikpa shi ke thona thapchak shi gona mana jak mangpo mana yale skit la mana minda mana skiluk minda wa skit po shi yong do ngata ngarang lang nyamnyong yong shes 제자군이 참 지게 미만아 천모당 한메 까땡줄이나 유트켄 잠지게 스케르드스 주스테 저르티면 나랑 라랑 소소 라라이 통네 냠len 냠뇽 그 통나 아샤 샷나 샷치즈 윷 만은 젠당 민다위 스키치 털도바 데니 티 몬숨도 똑데 똑바 민규리 똑바시 만은 단테 요나 카토다 만은 야레 데니 만은 대화 천모 저르시스타 데니 디스키 타르투피 디스키 저르칸부 데니 만은 미용 제식당 만은 미누파 만은 태som 만이 마고스바 송바사 이죽식 고아 깜빡 탐낭 고아 깜포식 돈냥 만은 jak망보 다망보 로망보 만 스킵 민다 쳐도바 송바사 스킵 못독보 만 authentic happiness 까니용사 노선 마하무드라 자기야 쳔모노 다그메 똑베 시라베노 텔레 주사노 송바사 랑기 셈니 용순 둘 제와타 티페라 오테노 하고아 난이 망보이 미시 추저데 잠진 벤노 아만타 데제텐 다사양 띵니 아 동셔스 군든나 아카추 살체지노 또 송바상 양에 투즈 망보시 각스데 장 판토가마노 이나 닝보 쪽보 딕바치앙 미자신 게와 포섬 쪽버자 랑기 셈니 용순들 데니산게스탄 바인 몰테미노아 오테리 Angrezi happiness without fears at the dual otti tondakpo ti sem dul mandul jaste onsanwa sem mandul kene jaste oteni happiness yonang happiness po fear chidanya bo mani yonsamano do jaste no happiness dua minu chejakuni changmang putung janai kitpo dua minu kitpo yotroba a changthungkan kone kitpo yotro mana tene barabire sonte pap tene chakhul khul thokol khul kitpo hale karu le mane hamiko kan hale 스페라지 땅나 만에 치 정말 저툭간지 아 potkan지 지그림만 metkan지 without fear 장통자는 기뻐지도 와 되게 된바 괜히 되나 속이노 장 라스간 지식견은 기뻐이나 봐 라스간 지식견은 기뻐이 속시 유치도 와 디유치도 와 냐중간 군만 캬크데 잠식만 samjik naktonang mana nin seri mana chika dukduwa chiang menang mana zamang zago samenu tuang tunggo samenu chika nin seri dukti skich sorte intro mani jen chichen nyamane malep na nyazum ti dukduwa mana ya le ta rewa choste nin seri dukduwa ngata nin seri kani chosik jogosna mana kursi ka matsa danji ka tikpo choste dukna chuchik izuk choste dukduwa menukba yinang nyashik zumte dugo nin seri korang mana ti jamai konte tibi konte izuk choste dukduwa ti skich sorte intro ba ozu no skit ta chora no ba yinang do manjik se no do skit norte no skit ngotok po rang semne yongsu dul zerken kani yongoshes po makasen nole somba sa ta di taringi ta chot po tizugishi la bor ina daksa zushi bor ten chejakun majita ta thore na nina youtube a chejakun chama ika nge yangger zeret chejakun chama yongkhan po ma chama ma gyala song pe chejakun chama nga samte drukpa samte tengyut paldan drukpi tanba sam lakpar tu nga samte yongste intro dikpare tene lama mana objal tene changma mardo long chenme toksik duk lo cha ya chem ap choktong na chung ina ni tezam ji kalas bardo yong ches mano ta long chenme pepken kunni mana objal mana shante namste skyodan kyo zate no changma mana ning thappa na thugji chejo yale tene darung ina ya tene mardo cheja kun yang tene mardo ngatang thun dukche no ina tene nangmo yang tezu yang ikana yang tezu dun zom region tene naskor ta nyampo a tepik gunria peptumna yongtumna kato ma gyala chese duk zeng chitang e jut chesa kunang tezu seminar borte nangmo jalin sam kanchi seminar borte yona che rimbu lu chese pe nangmo lo chu nishu chapa mana ika jalin chitang dugen sam kan malam chezana I phakpa singkuni nas phakpa singkuni ko rangjung in chotan ni nas ino dine 장 줌산직 자샷 곳에 미르 되네 디 코랑네 대척 나진 몰때 둑 리코랑 아단 둑사 리코랑 팔 대척 돔 대척 콜로 돔 나진 저런직다 둑디 코랑 든 코랑에 더지 박면 나진노 아다 이 욕바 자빅시 요가 밤나 더지 박면 나지 ют게 디 예들 연들 연 코랑서나 더지로 곰보 파발 루두비 두푹 ют게 곰보 파발 루두비 죽사오 이나 tene ti khadwa sona ne tene ngata daksa ikana langru lungten jukse no daja ktomba nyame shaki gelbo khona phepte langru lungdu tembe dozerin chikdan do sungsao I ri khani sungse no richeni te songba sa langru lungten ang zawa chenmo jukse no tene darung tene nas mangpo ji yuche duk tene zo cheshok phakpa shinkun choten namba sumi tene phakpa shinkun zergen mana ngotok zena mana gelwa jagar dorje changle na chilo jagar dorje dansang I mana jinlap cheri yongosis yotenok chezene I mana sispa shitpa chakpa ne pala daksa chakwa mane nyam mashesteno joa ji tene notpa mane le masheskene no o tene chirol motekpa ya khache balti zerkancho chik mana shik misheskene no mana chi changwa manyam pa daksa nganma mane lo tongchak thitrak mumchak shik ngone yote yote into tenna chokla daksa mane manyam pa yotkani nasta chenjik mana minda juksteno pena dorje den chokshigina mana jikpa mana minda sum jiji jikte tama mane lomang poje lo sumja jibga mane dorje den zerkin karu yutpen mana patama song pa lusong kha this thing ni tene ngata jini discover song tele tene ngata ta daksa mane gerai jinor thuje katina tene ngata daksa ta jalchis ta ti changma che tene activities chokse mangpo yong pa sa dorje den zer ti kyapsu shi zersik yote no mane nyamchak mane mangpo ik song shes kanino tena nangjin inole ngata daksa ikana jarung khashur zeren jikdale tene diminwale Buddha zeren jikda Buddha nat sirkande ten choten number suminane nisba ono choten number suminane manayang khakche shokchig inone inang ang nisba chokshino ten zachen inak pa inang dong lanma sumla nyamcharta no jigni mana I tok yongstele name tok babstele tene mana chamet songka zawa medba songte yang tene jiksol justen jigni member te khora me jintele tezu meta madu yang jinduk zerduk inang ta me chenmo jin kaklo te nan ta lo gyaji ki ngol lo chenmo me chenmo jinte mana halam zamet chokshi songse yang jigdi yang chizera no ko da sayum ki jiksong aina jigri zerduk Jikden jikpa chenpo jik sumyons tele, tene mi jiksol pulte uzuk shik juste hinak, doang zabik shik azuk song teno, nyamshak songkan hinak. Te jiksol pulkan tene lama number rimba mangbogi purtok, eno manawa. Te choten number sumka jiksol pulkan chisu mana jiksol pula zatkani, cheshok shita da chonga shakya shiri, tene dungshas, tene changma peps tele, tene jiksol pula zatokpa, te namtar na du parang jalsis dupa kupar daksang jalsis yoteno dewa nak ten daksa I choten pakpa shinkuni mana jigral mani masong kani manma chiji yona dewa daksa yoten jigdan yotkani mana mindai choten chenpo yuksai ta ti kundun na molam jigdam na minduk che mani mishit molteni tizu mana chinlap chen chinchen samji michepa yukstenok cheshakun changma tatpa yotkan shatak inok songbasang tizu samstele lo rere charere pepches la chang azuk minukpa te changma yongstele tene ika choksok dundu choste ngadang tuk tene chitang ngadang changma yang chitong riksha den chitang duk zomen chitang jal zomen dugna kitpo no hale songbasang changme uzuwa samte nangmo anjalin tene lo tingmi lo anjalin ta lo mana lo chu nishu amane nga shishi chakpa ikan jalin dugin he samkhan ju semina samna jala chano sam dunge semina ta te nge ranjini semina samkhan po zertangstelo. For those who now, for English-speaking people, now I wanted to say that we wanted to conclude with that, conclude the few things. Now, the first thing is we have to conclude the what do you call that? The topic that we were talking about, happiness without fear. So happiness has to be, how do you say? The happiness has to be categorized. Happiness has to be categorized as 3 levels. The first one, or external kind of happiness, is of course the happiness that you can think of developing through the help of some circumstances, some conditions. And then the inner level of creating, or inner level of some happiness is mental happiness. But that is also some are very much secret, some are very much external. So it's not very much confirmed, not very firm. But then the secret happiness, or the genuine happiness, the authentic happiness, is the Mahamudra. That is the secret, that is the hidden, that is the that is very much the part of our life. But it's very secret, it's very hidden, because it's secret. It's a secret because it's not visible, not really known to the public, to the common being. So therefore we call it a secret. So this kind of happiness is something that we have to gain. That is the goal of the Buddhist practice, and especially the goal of the Vajrayana practice. If we are claiming ourselves as a Vajrayana practitioner, we must go for the genuine happiness, not the external happiness, not this inner happiness as well. We have to go and look for the genuine happiness. And the genuine happiness concludes or includes the inner happiness and the external happiness. That's the thing. External happiness cannot include the genuine happiness, for sure. And the inner happiness also mostly not. But the secret happiness is for sure, 100% sure, that it includes the rest of the happiness. So therefore, secret happiness has to be developed, which is Mahamudra. But then when it comes to Mahamudra or the Shunyata or something, then many people think like this comes, then stiffness of the body. You just have to sit like this for hours. Otherwise, you can't develop the Mahamudra. It's nonsense. Yes, sitting, the sitting postures And the postures of like different yogas, the physical yogas, yes, they are, for sure, they are very helpful. But that doesn't mean that this is the only way to develop the genuine happiness, to develop the Mahamudra. There are heaps of solutions and ways to get the genuine happiness. But the most efficient way of approaching the genuine happiness is the cultivation. You know, the how do you say? Yeah, cultivation. The what you call that? You know, the literally you have to give yourself a chance to investigate. Literally you have to give yourself a gap, you know, between yourself and the emotions before it erupts, you know, before it activates. Afflictive emotions are not there always activated form, always in activated form. Afflictive emotions are always, mostly it is sort of lying somewhere hidden. But then this will be activated when you are not realized and when you don't give yourself a chance to how do you say, investigate it or analyze it. So that's the point where the Buddha Shakymuni said, analytical meditation is very much needed for the people like us, who has a lot of afflictive emotions, yet we do not know how to control them. So we have to give chance to analyze it. Analytical meditation. It's very, very important. We have heaps of, you know, numbers of different types of meditation. Meditation doesn't necessarily mean you have to stiff your body and you have to be like a very conservative and sit. Doesn't necessarily need to be like that. It can be, but it's not necessarily. So this is very important. Key point, what you really have to do as a meditation is you have to give yourself a time to investigate. Whereas right now we don't give ourselves a chance to sort of like work with the emotions. The emotions, the minute the emotion comes, we let happily, you know, emotions to come in and manipulate us, control us, you know, totally covered by the emotions, and we are so happy. We are so happily doing that. So we are so used to it. So we are failure. We are 100% failure. We are 100% becoming like a slave of afflictive emotions. We are really the slave. Oh, we don't want that. As a Buddhist practitioner, we don't want that. We should at least be smart, and smart in terms of giving us a chance, just a minor, the small, tiny chance, just to investigate. Hang on, where is this desire coming from? You know, and what the desire actually means, where it is, what does it do as a result? So, you know, these 3 or 4 different things that you have to think. And then automatically the desire will find its own sort of corner to rest for the time being, without activating itself that badly. So you will be left in a peace of mind. And then through that you'll have a more how do you say, more talent to work with the happiness. Not only that, through that you'll automatically have a little bit of happiness. Just that much of understanding and that much of investigation can give a tremendous amount of happiness. And that happiness will lead you to a tremendous encouragement. You will be encouraged to do so because you have a tremendous happiness which you have never been experienced before. So then you will be automatically be encouraged and be sort of enthusiastic in order to practice all these further developments. That's the point where you become a very good practitioner, very good human being. Good practitioner means good human being. Bad practitioner means bad human being. Bad human being, we don't want to be bad human being. We want to be a good human being. We don't want to be bad Buddhist. We want to be a good Buddhist. That's the thing. So good and bad differs only when you, when you give, only differs by the the scene of giving yourself a chance or not. If you do not give yourself a chance to investigate, you will never be. Naturally, maybe some of us are quite a good person, so that must be a gift. But generally, we are very poor. We are very bad. So we want to sort of like develop ourselves a little bit more in towards to the better person. So anyhow, we have to, bottom line is that we always talk about practice Dharma. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Practice Dharma. And there are many people, many of you may think that, I am practicing Dharma. I cannot practice Dharma. I want to practice, but I cannot practice Dharma. I feel very stressed. I feel very, embarrassed and this and that. You do not need to. You don't need to be embarrassed. You don't need to be stressed when it comes to Buddhist practice. You do not need to. You are very much in a condition that you can practice Buddhism 100%, I would say. You are very much in a good condition. You are okay. You are, nothing wrong with you. The only thing is you should give yourself time or chance to investigate. So when you investigate these disturbance, the obstacles, obscurations, all the obscurations will be automatically gone. You don't have to say, this is desire, very bad. This is anger, very bad. I want to kill them. I want to demolish them. No, you shouldn't see them as an enemy. You should see them as a practice. If you see them as an enemy, the enemy never ends. Enemy comes more. More enemy comes right after the other. So enemy should never be should never be seen. Emotions or afflictive emotions or defilement should never be seen seen as an enemy. It has to be seen as a practice, something that you have to work with. So that's the thing. And you just work with it. It's as simple as that. So this is the request I wanted to say. Dharma practice means you have to investigate your process of your mind. And this is the reason Buddha Shakymuni said, I always repeat this 100 times already, millions of times I think. Buddha Shakymuni said, Buddhism is not a religion, it is a philosophy. Means it is process of development of our own life. That's the thing. So, since this is not religion, it is so easy. It's a life. It's our process of our own development of life, which is very easy. Life is life. We are not dead. Until dead, the life is there. Even after the death, there is an intermediate state that we have to go forever. So of course we have plenty of chance, plenty of time to practice all sorts of Buddha Dharma, connected with either desire, anger, or jealousy, proud, etc., etc., etc. There is no end. So therefore, very good news. It's a very good news for all of us. We have plenty of chance, plenty of rooms to play with, and plenty of emotions to play with, plenty of defilement to play with. So let's put it like that. We are so well off. Congratulations. So dedication, I think. So dedication, what should we say? Something that you guys can say? Changjibu semjo rembo je ma ke panam ge juru ke ba nyamba me ba gone gondo be ora jo sonam de tam je se ba ni tom ne ni be rana ke ga na je balon ru ba ni se be ro an ro ora jo Benzra Sadu Samaya Manu Pai Benzra Sadu Deno Pai Dishai Dindro Memba Sodo Goyo Memba Sumbo Gayo Memba Ano Rando Memba Sarva Sine Mendraya Sarvaga Sudame Tsiddhamma Shiriyam Guru Hong Ha Hom Bhagavane Sarva Tata Kadam Benzaram Benziram Bhava Ma Samaya Sandu Benzara Mbome Ao Je Nambara Ndamba Wanje Sirenye Sai Je Omo Benzara Ye Ao Chi Jari Kuruyo Ye Kuruwe Yuzo Mori Gambo Rirabai Sharai Lubayambo Divana Yivaji Bai Dina Yezuzrush Joji Yavagunas Yezerajena Lodan Lloyd Roy Gunyes and Makaya and Dida Gunyes Joji Jumana Janjur Sanjay Maja Gamboy de la Aname Baguroi Nanye Tane Gashi de la Joy Yunai Beji Geva Shinji Duni Shubaya Tayin Morabja Zori Chase Wana Chuji Shabata Jizoi Gashi Zoa Geva Jose Tayin Jizapa Tamje Sobe Janju Chemo
Omzude Paldenjik Wanju Tamjeki, Japanjik Burgurba Chukije, Taedola Pende Jababo, Palden Rubeshabla Gube du Je Duzigi Chobarjaba, Mundu Tane, Dir Tunju Tembe Tugin, Be Yarangaba Chimbo, Tungile du Tsenemena, Gamgun Gave Wambo, Drukpa Tamjekemba, Palden Denzin Jigdil Lodresam. Jingme Pema Wangjen, Be Sambo Chole, number Jawa de Choke Shangan Negi U Ladu Kinlop Diba Jazu Nyawan Tambar Gui Jabokwa Ladakh Gwende Hemi Jamde Tagna Kebang Gwazanso Gwende Khadang Mimang Tumone Surju Dama Ninkara Zumde Sowa Demning Denyang Pende Jungne Yawe Temba Rinpoche 초도군도 다르신 게라 유는도 내바당 딘진군지 조견 공사겸군 전부 초기 유 리즈마체 베텐징기 계부 담반 남장 구세 샤베 결결된징 제진 라메도 표와당 학벌의 겸근 경원 drupa 구이 정화 중이바 첨부 초기 생안내 구제 샤베 땡징 제진 공내 공도 표와당 샤중도 다소 덴덴 로반 남장 로나 출란 죽진 출람도 들어와서 닝부 된 곳도만 람믹데